What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Lead Farmer 73 here. I wanted to touch on a couple of issues that, or explain away a few issues that are false. That I want people to. I don't know where people is getting this idea from. I wanted to make sure that we understood one another pretty smooth, like. I change the thumbnail later. What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning, Can. Good morning, She is Sunshine. Good morning, Butterfly Effect 86. My beard all over the place, ain't it? Good morning, The Night Way. Good morning, Cotton. Standing in the shower, just curled it up. Uh, good morning, Broke Farmer. What's going on? What's going on? Today, what I want to do, I want to straighten something out. And I know it's going to be in a opposing type of video, but I really want to hear other people's, I guess, opinion, so I can see, where are they getting this information from. Let's see what we got. How you doing, Kenneth? Crafty Mom in the house. How you doing, sister? Veronica Westbrook, Black Tropical Homestead, Charlie Boy, Woman of Wonder. Okay. Um, I, I've been putting out these videos about land ownership, home ownership, and for the life of me, I cannot understand where people is getting this idea of it's a bad idea. Now, there's one truth to that I agree with. You never truly, really, honestly own anything, like something you possess that nobody else can take from you. Not on this planet. Okay. The only thing you have is your spirit, your soul. And that really belonged to the Father. So really, you are correct on that. And I've stated that a million times. So over the years, you don't own it. Once you pay for your home or pay your land off, you done paying the bank, whatever, you don't own anything. Because if you don't pay your land taxes, I'm gonna start this conversation out with this, and I won't be on here long. Once you pay your land taxes, if you don't pay your land taxes, the state can take it away from you. If you do not align your land or your home or your estate in the proper way, like in a will, they can still figure out ways to take it from you. That is very, very true. Yes, that's right. Yes, that is correct. And I've been saying it for years, but that does not take away the fact of you should not own homes, you should not own land. That's ridiculous. So what I keep getting in these emails, that's why I'm doing this. And in the comment section on that last video and the emails, here's the problem I'm having with that. They say no, because I don't ever want to own a home, because you never own anything, because you always have to pay taxes. I'm gonna stop right there for everybody to hit me with that. So I want anybody to answer this. Anybody to answer this and make it make sense. So you mean to tell me if you do not own land or you do not own a home, you have to stop paying taxes? See, if you have a home, I can borrow against a home. I can own a home, flip it, make money. I could own a home just to get it so I can use it to end up purchasing land that will let me live for free. It's a game that clearly nobody understands. Let me see, the night way, lack of research, limited beliefs, and they are probably asking people who have no desire to own land for most of the reasons many of us do. Correct. And I keep asking this question. I haven't gotten rid of any of these people in that video. I keep asking them this question. They won't come back and answer it. Number one, here's one for you. Um, I ask each and every one that's telling me you're a fool for owning land, and they say Mazza got you doing that. Okay. So my only question to that, I even leave the horrible comment up and I say, okay, have you ever owned land? That's my only question. And I'm waiting for an answer. And it's been weeks and I still haven't gotten an answer from any of those comments just telling me that I'm a sellout or whatever for owning land. That family. But then we sit around and talk about why we don't have anything. And we blame other people why we don't have anything. Sometimes you can't, nobody's going to pay you what they owe you sometimes. Sometimes you have to take it. And the way to take it sometimes is you have to figure out the game that we're playing and win at it. Once you know the game and you see how they've been cheating at the game and how they're playing the game and their strategies of the game, you sit and watch the game first. You don't just jump at the table and like, all right, deal me a hand. No, you sit there for a few rounds of this round of cards and see and look at all these characters. Which one is shifty? Which one is dirty? Which one is good? Which one? I mean, how much money are we using to play this game of cards? It's a game. You learn the game. Okay. So yes, you don't fully truly own anything. It's just the way it is. You're being taxed every time you go to the store and purchase a loaf of bread, a tank of gas, a Snicker bar. I don't care what you do all throughout your life, unless you're living on the streets and you're homeless and you living down in the sewers and you have no desire to interact with human society whatsoever, and you like eating rats, because that's the only way you're not paying taxes. Period. Even if you're standing out there with handouts and you're getting handouts on the street, the money that you receive to go buy food, you still, even homeless people pay taxes. So I can take that out of my vocabulary too. The only difference between renting and home ownership is you're renting and there's nothing you can use your property for because it doesn't belong to you. Yet you're still paying taxes on that rent. You're still paying taxes. Now, home ownership, yes, you're still paying taxes, but I can take this home, I can sell it, make a profit to buy me something else, maybe a little cheaper or downsize, or something that's going to, maybe I got lucky and ended up with a bunch of land and now I'm living for free. And with, say you're living on 10 acres and you're only paying $300 or $400 a year to pay your land taxes versus a $1,200 to $1,500 and up mortgage a month. We It's a game. So all I want to say, I'm gonna get in here. Like I said, I don't want to be in here long. I'm gonna get in here and I'm gonna take you guys and hear what you got to say, because somebody got to make this make sense to me, not to me because it don't make sense. Somebody has to make it make sense to the people that do not believe in land and home ownership. If you do not believe in land and home ownership because you say we never really own anything, I don't know who you've been talking to. I don't know who you've been listening to. But I'm here to tell you, I've been living good for a long time. And it's mostly due to home ownership and land ownership. Because when I'm down in a pickle, I got this to either borrow against. Somebody gonna give me some money for this, just for having this. You understand? It's just what it is. Okay. See, and I'm gonna say this too, for the people with that negative mindset, my friend, I'm gonna just wish you off, okay? Wish you well. I don't need anybody with a negative mindset um in here right now. We're trying to move forward, and I'm trying to help people. If you think you're screwed, you're screwed. I can't, I'm not even going to elaborate on that. I can't do nothing about that. In this world, your life is what you continue to make it. Even when your life started out bad, some of our lives started out bad. Um, that doesn't mean it has to stay that way. Period. I heard something yesterday, and I think it was Angela Yee said it. Just because your day start out bad does not mean you have to go to sleep and wake up tomorrow to get a reset. No, you could just stop that right there at lunch. You having a bad day. Say, look, that's enough of that. I said, I had this. Amen, Angela Yee. Yeah. You don't have to wait till tomorrow to reset. If you having a bad day, you can reset that at any time you want. So if you having a bad life, you can stop that whenever you want. You don't got to wait for some miracle to happen. You could say that I've had enough of living like this. That's enough. That's enough of being around you. That's enough of hanging out with you. That's enough of this bad financial decisions I'm making. Everything. You do not have to wait till tomorrow or next year. You don't have to wait for your New Year's resolution to reset your mental, spiritual, physical things that you need to do for yourself. Okay. So I'm gonna get in here real quick and I'm gonna see what we talking about. Um, I'm not talking about chickens right now, my friend. Okay. So any questions on home ownership versus renting and taxes? Because it sounds like the only problem I'm having with that is people are saying you still got to pay taxes on it. There's nothing you can do about that no matter what decision you make. Only difference is one you can use in your benefit, and one you can't do nothing but pay taxes. Renting, all you're going to do is pay taxes. You will never own anything. You can't borrow anything against your rental property, your apartment building, nothing. When you own, you can go in that bank with a little bit of confidence and say, listen, this is what I have for collateral. This shows how responsible I am. If you don't understand that, I really can't, I don't know how to break that down to you. Okay, let me see. Jay Ferran says 24-acre house paid for. I paid taxes at the end of the year. I have no stress because I can't be kicked off unless um eminent domain is declared. Okay. Freckled and Frugal, how you doing today? If anyone is looking for a cheap land, you might want to look into New Mexico. Okay. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. She is Sunshine says, I have been shifting negative people out of my life. I don't have time for that. It's easy. Just ignore it. Darren Trumbull. So you really don't own your land. You eventually own the house if you're making payments, but you always pay taxes on the land. However, it's still much better than renting all day. It's an investment, and that's the problem. I think we're playing with words, and I think that's the problem we're having. The play on words of ownership. You know, the word ownership. The word ownership is different than possession. That's where we're having a problem with that. You're not really going to fully own it because you're always going to have to pay somebody for it. No matter if it's $50 a year or it's $5,000 a month, no matter what, it's a difference between the two. And I think when we keep talking to each other and we keep using all these weird words, we misdefine them. Next thing you know, you think that somebody owe you something and you just didn't know how the game worked. It's almost, to me, it's almost like you got in a game, you got in a dice game, you shot out, you crapped out, and now you want to do overs. And it's like, nah, you just lost your $500 in that one roll. Go home before we break your thumbs. That's it. It's like, ain't no do-over. You just didn't know how to play the game. You came in here. Maybe you normally play dice in the gym locker room in high school and y'all do-overs. No, you in the back alley. And you see something hanging out of everybody's back or somebody's hip. Ain't nobody doing no do-overs. That's this real world. Ain't no do-overs. You just got to know the rules to the game. Right? The Valuable Minds toughest thing we had to do was selling our house that we inherited, but it got us out of debt, allowed us to pay a new property that was safer and fitting better for us. I can say this right now. I live in South Carolina because I was able to sell my home, buy an old RV because I didn't want to invest too much into that. That gave us our start here. That little bit of money gave us our start here. There's no other way I would have been able to pull that off. We have to be a little bit more slicker than that. And I'm waiting. I know somebody's gonna come in this comment section after the video's over and they're not going to hear what I'm saying. And the only way you can believe that is you've never lived it. How many homeowners or landowners do I have in this room right now? Raise your hand or type hand or whatever. How many homeowners or landowners or even business owners that you have to pay taxes? Business owners, landowners, homeowners, you have to pay taxes on all of that. If you can tell me a way to do that without ending up like Wesley Snipes, can you holler at your boy? If you can figure out a way where you can live without paying taxes and not end up like Wesley Snipes, please holler at your boy. Because listen, you got a good thing. Matter of fact, don't even tell me. You write a book. Write a book, become a millionaire or billionaire by the book sales that you about to give the world on how to live without paying taxes at all ever. Okay? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'm just going to tell you a quick story. If you own land or you own a home, number one, that's something you can leave to your children. Say you don't want to do nothing with the home or you don't want to do anything with the land. You can leave it to your children or your family members so they can go do something with it. They can sell it. Somebody just said it. They can sell it. They can make a new living or a new life for themselves and the rest of their families. You cannot, let's just say you purchase 5 acres. You could take 5 family members, your daughter, just say your children. Let's say your children, because I don't want to get too far into crazy cousins and uncles and stuff. You can give each one of your 4 children 1 whole acre of land. I don't think most people that are opposing what I'm talking about, I don't even think you understand what 1 acre of land is or what you can do with it. I don't think the people that oppose what I've been saying about land ownership and home ownership, I do not think you even understand the size of 1 acre. You watch my videos, they must watch my videos clearly to come in here and comment. The only piece of land that I even function on really is in this backyard. This is not even really a half an acre back here. I can put 2 or 3 more houses back here on my island. I could put a whole nother 2 houses in the front of my house. And that ain't got nothing to do with the land that's across the creek. I don't think people know how big 1 acre of land is. They think it's not like your regular backyard. You can do a lot with 1 acre of land. So if you had only 5 acres, which I had before we moved in this house, that's a lot of land. I don't care what you say. That is a lot of land. You say I do not have a HOA. Okay. Motivation. What's up, brother? Says, yes, there's so much you can do with 1 acre. 1 acre is freaking huge, and people just don't get it. The only reason I'm even touching on this is because I'm in disbelief of people still thinking that that's a stupid idea. And they're saying they're taking advantage of us. They're taking advantage of the people that do not know how to play this game. That's all I can say. The people that do not know how to invest, you may be being taken advantage of. Just because you purchase a home does not mean you have to necessarily live in it. You can purchase that just like you purchase a car to sell it. You purchase this car, you like, look, I'm gonna clean this up, put a new fresh coat of paint on it, and I'm gonna flip this, make 3 times my money. That's what we do with these houses in this land. Everybody is always thinking they're not thinking on a business wavelength. This is a big game. And the reason why a lot of us are losing is because you just don't know how to play it. But we look at other people and wonder, how did they come up? How did they get that? Why they living so good? Look at all of these ex entertainers, singers, rap stars, actors, actresses. You ain't seen them in a movie or made a song in decades. You think they still living off the residuals of some old movie they made that barely made it at the box office? No, they invested their money in land, real estate, homes. They invested that little bit of money they had from that box office smash years ago. And now they own land. And if you purchase land in a looks like it's starting to really be developed, land in a place that's really kind of starting. It used to be rural, but now, hey, it's a dollar store down the road. Hey, there's a Family Dollar. Hey, there's a Dollar General. They done put a Wendy's down on the other block. You better buy land while it's still cheap. Because what happens is when you buy those little plots of land all around those little rural areas like that, and then the big developers start coming from up north and moving down south and stuff like that, all of us Southerners have seen it. The big companies from up north, it's hard to run a company up north now. It's expensive. The real estate is expensive in those big cities. So what they're doing is moving down here because the land is so cheap. Like, hey, I'm not gonna name off no big corporations that all of us get a package from on the porch every day. They went from having big mega complexes, mega factories up there, and it was like, hey, it's really cheap down south. So they're bouncing around. Now you see all their manufacturing corporations and their warehouses down south on some what used to be an old burnt up old neighborhood or a piece of land that some farmer didn't want or he sold it for nickels on a dollar. But if that farmer got this land, it's worthless to him. But the big place that puts the packages on your porch, the big blue place, they'll come and buy your land. May be worth just say $100,000, but they want it so bad because it's prime location. They'll give you $500,000 for it. You pay, or you might have been inherited to you, or you may have paid back in the 70s. You may have paid $2,000, $3,000 for the plot of land. Now it's going to give you a $500,000. Okay, I'm done rattling off. I really was waiting on the folks that uh I just don't understand, man. Let me see. Ina says our 1.3 acre property is not our primary property either. It's for recreation, no utilities, but it's to have a well, hunt, practice shooting, and work off grid projects. And you know what? People like me would pay people like you, like, hey, can I use your range? Can I come and shoot off a few rounds for practice? You'd be like, sure. You know, give me $20. You can have it for the day, you know. Simple. Journey 57. What do you need to know? Because that's not quite how you want to go about this. Who owns on here? You're looking for land. That's not how you. I'm gonna remove that, okay? Because don't do that, because you put your advertising yourself to anybody for anything. You have no idea. Okay, I'm gonna move that out of there because you put yourself in danger doing that. Good morning to everybody coming in the chat. Everybody, thank you for being here. Just wanted to touch on this real quick. Let me see. No questions? Okay. Farming is considered a farm as well, and you can do that inside your home. And you know something else? What's up, Boss Hog? I'm gonna tell you something else about that. There are so many different government programs and grants that if you do own a piece of land in a certain environment, you can be awarded certain grants that the government pays you for even raising your own chickens, raising your own livestock, having a garden or a hobby farm, as they call it. The government gives you, or raising bees. The government pays you to do that. It's certain programs that you can look up and enter, and you can have this land and just be receiving some kind of monetization just by doing the right thing. It's a lot of people on here that does that too. And you know that you're not the problem why people don't do that. You're not going to get a commercial like Mickey D's to pop up every 5 seconds on the radio or every 5 seconds on a television while you're trying to watch your favorite TV show. They're not going to tell you we also have a program to give you free money. And all you have to do is you got that 5 acres of land, you're in the perfect location. If you're raising bees, chickens, and rabbits, and you have a little garden, a farm, we'll give you money for that. There's programs that will even pay what is it? Give you supplemental payment to own a greenhouse. They'll come and build it for you. Anybody know Grow Family Network? Grow Family Network had their high tunnel built with that program. Don't quote me on the price because it's been a long time. They've had it for a while now. I'm going to say I'm just shooting around. I know I'm wrong on the price, but the price of this thing will say it's $10,000. Don't quote me, okay? Just go over to the Grow Family Network and ask them. And then they end up coming out something like $3,000 or something like that. Are you? That's how he's growing all that stuff in Louisiana. Stuff that ain't supposed to be there. He got in that high tunnel growing it because he has an enclosed environment, controlled environment. And he got help through one of those programs with that. So we gotta, hey, thank you, Valuable Minds. Say great information, brother. We need to learn how to navigate these life-changing opportunities. And the whole thing is, man, all we got to do is Google it and do our research and check some of this stuff out, because nobody's telling each other word of mouth, because a lot of us believe owning land and owning home ownership is ridiculous, and they're the ones that's living bad and rough. Because I even had some guy tell me, I'll never own a home, I just buy and flip. I didn't even respond, because all I wanted to say to that young man, or whatever it was, even if you watch it to this day, did you see what you just typed? You just typed, I'm stupid. You said, I will never own a home or land. I will just purchase it to flip it and make money all day. It's hard for me to respond to stuff like that, man. You opened your mouth without thinking about what you're saying. You just said exactly what I said. You owned the home, you had to purchase it and own it to flip it. Wow. Wow, family. This is why we get ourselves in so much trouble. Because how do I find these programs? Google it. Google it. We Google everything. That stuff is right. It's right in there. It's all kind. Or talk to real estate agents. That's the other thing I keep telling people. Do me a favor. Let me see. I'm gonna say this first. Do me a favor, family. If you don't know the first thing about home ownership, land ownership, I'm going to give you your first step. You say you don't know nothing. Nobody's ever told you anything. You've been living in an apartment your whole life. You don't know the first step to take. The first step is the dreaming. From the dream, you start to put that into fruition. How you put that into fruition? I'm going to give you 2 steps just right off the top of my head. Realtor.com. Go there. What's your criteria? What kind of house would you like? What kind of land would you want with that house? How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? Once you got that search engine put down, it's going to give you a whole list of houses in different places in whatever city and state you want it in. So to give you an idea of how much that is, how much do you need to start saving and getting put together, and how much of this crap in your dream that you can live without. I don't need 5 bedrooms. I think I could be okay with 3. I don't need 3 full bathrooms. I think I could do with 1.5 bath. That price just keep going down. I don't need to live across the street from the casino. I could live out a little bit. Once you start doing that, it starts putting ideas in your head of how much this really costs. What should I do? What's my next step to go and make this happen? Here's another one. Zillow. Go to Zillow, just like realtor.com, and they do the same thing. I'm going to answer this real quick. What's up, Sunday Backyard Farmer? What's up, my brother? Okay. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but it says, what if the taxes are going up to a price where one would need to borrow to pay it? Due to the appraisal, the value has gone up, but that gain is unrealized and the taxes due is very real. Those taxes on that, I don't know whether you're talking about your house, your land. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. You said due to the appraisal. And again, it's a game where you can fluctuate the money that on the taxes and everything else that you pay on that anyway. It's no different than Monopoly, the game of Monopoly. You can make this land I can make this land right here and this house either worth what it's worth right now, or I can make it worth double what it's worth. If I put a swimming pool in the back, if I add an addition on the side of the house, if I extend my driveway, if I put all brick on the outside of the home, all of these things that you invest in, you can make your property value either go up or go down. It's a game. Just because you bought a house for $100,000 does not mean it's going to be that much. You can change that and make it be worth $150,000 by the end of the year, depending on how much investing you do to your property and your home. So I'm not quite sure of your question, but taxes go up and there's nothing you can do about that, period. If you don't own a home, you don't own taxes, you still got to, you don't own home, you don't own land, you still got to pay the taxes that continue to rise. Guess what? We all go to the gas station to fill our cars up every single day, and the price keep going up every single day. Did you for 1 second say, screw this, I'm walking to work? Has anybody said that? I'm walking this 20 miles to work. Screw this. Absolutely not. It's certain things that we just have to deal with that's not going to change, is out of our control. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out what we got going on here. Okay. That's right. And you got to find a way to make your property pay you. That's right. Say first thing you want to do is file a homestead extension that makes the taxes lower. In my case, over 65, you can freeze some of the increases, just not the value of the house. Okay, I guess they answered you. Was talking about challenging property appraisal on land. That's something you just got to do your research on. I'm more talking about the people that just do not believe that any of this is possible and it's ridiculous. Hey, just Dorsha, is she just in here somewhere? I saw, there she is. I see you. I see you. Do you recommend buying land and leasing it? It depends on what you're leasing it for. It depends on where your land is, what you're using the land for. I wouldn't just purchase me. I'm not a business land owner. So I wouldn't do it. If that's your shtick, if that's which way you're going, by all means. But you have to have a plan, or say, I plan on leasing some land. Leasing it for what? To me, that's the same as when people say, I'm going to college to be successful. By doing what? I'm going to graduate top of my class. I know, but at what? It's the details of everything we say to be left out that sounds like they calling bullish on us. Where's the details? Where's the meat and potatoes between the bread, you know? So if you're leasing the land, leasing it to do what? Is leasing, say you want to lease it out for somebody to run their cattle on it, is that even profitable right now? So you will have a mortgage on a piece of land that's not making you any money back. So you're bleeding money every month because nobody wants to lease your land for their cattle, because maybe they don't like the grade of grass you have to for the livestock to graze in. It may be not a water source for the animals. Nobody wants to come to your land. Now you out of pocket, literally. I'm trying to listen. I'm not talking about something I just read about. I have been living this way in this life for a long time. I've done it and I'm still doing it, and it's successful. It's financially successful, and there's nothing else you can say about it. Only thing is, either you know how to play the game or you don't. If you do not know how to play the game, you will lose. You gonna get swindled. Just because it's the real world, this ain't a game of cards. This is really a game of cards out here. Let me see. Happy Mac, how you doing, Happy Mac? Uh-oh, wait a minute. Sheila says retired military and 100% service connected disability can own property and not pay taxes in the South. You don't count. Okay, you don't count. What I was talking about, nobody's going to pay taxes. You don't count, because look what you did. Okay, you had to go risk your life for this country, and you 100% disability. You said, right? Let me see. I don't want to mess that up. I missed it. I can't find it. But see, that's not the most of the population. Most of the population in society can't pull that off. And there are other veterans. There are millions of veterans that don't get that 100%. Millions of them. Okay, so you're a rare one. Let's be honest. Oh, you said I'm only 70%. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, got you. I'm gonna come back up here a little bit. All right, Boss Hog. Let me see. I purchased an empty lot in the inner city, and now my goal is to put at least 3 or 4 tiny homes on that lot. And the city is very open to it. It's not much, but it's a start. I'm most grateful. Just make sure your coding and your zoning is right. Long as they can code and zone it to do that, you good to go. Um, and with that, putting tiny homes on it and stuff, if you ain't using, you got to make sure it's coded and zoned that you can have a composting toilet. Make sure it's zoned and coded for the plumbing. Do you have to have plumbing? Do you have to have electrical coming from the city lines? All of that stuff. Those are the little details that we don't talk about when we talk about this tiny home stuff. Let me see. Happy Max said, if you see an abandoned place, contact a realtor. They'll find out if it's owned by a lending company and tell you what they want for it. That's right. Very true. Very true. Uh, Miss Stanley says, yep, we only lease for specific things that are short term. We will consider leading to our other farmers and ranchers who are willing to practice regenerative methods. It's about it though. That's about it though. Okay, got you. Let me see. Trying to get in here. TLC in the Garden said, depending on the value of the property here in Ohio, seniors are in and disabled can have most of or all taxes taken care of with the homestead exemption. Okay, got you. Okay, let's see what we're saying. Uh, the peaceful port says that coding and zoning is true. The black, listen, I gotta take that out of there. I gotta take that out of there. Okay. Miss Stanley says, clear small areas at a time. Maybe see how difficult it may be to learn to operate some machinery. You may come out cheaper renting equipment and doing some clearing yourself. Amen. Be careful with that too, because if you don't know how to run that chainsaw and drop a tree, you'll kill yourself real quick, like too. Okay, Wild Willie, you never really own anything if you have to pay taxes on it. We said that, Wild Willie, and you still have to pay taxes even when you don't own anything. That's what we said earlier on in the video. Even if you don't own anything and you're renting, you still have to pay taxes every year. And every time you go to a store, every time you go to gas station, taxes. You can't get around that. So that's a poor excuse for not owning anything, for not When you own something, you are literally investing that. Your home is your business. Your home or your land can make you money. Your home and your land, if you do it right, can have you living for free. When I say free, I mean versus all the other expenses you have, like your mortgage and all of this other stuff. You could be living in a home and on your land, and all you paying is land taxes. Land taxes. Because if you start get a rain barrel on your land, you got water for free. If you got a well, you got water for free. You hook all that up to solar power, your energy is for free. You put a wood stove in your home, you heating it for free. See, all of that is how I'm releasing a video later on that's going to give people alternative means of living besides either a camper, a RV, a shed. We sleeping on those canvas tents. Um, we ain't been thinking about them canvas tents. Now, a young lady told me months ago, she was like, and we live in ours for 4 seasons. I said, you can't do that. And I apologized to her publicly because I was wrong as hell. People are in Alaska and all over in the winter, in the snow, living in canvas tents for years, not just 4 seasons, for years. Not the number 4 years. I mean, they're living in them for multiple years in a canvas tent. I can't make this up. Okay, let me see. Miss Christy Robinson. Let me see. I like that. I like that. Tropical Green said your home and your land is your wild card. I could, man, that is the smoothest words I've heard all morning. That's your get out of jail card free. I mean, get out of jail free card. Yeah, yes, yes. Miss Christy Robinson, I want to own land um in my own home, but my financial situation is horrible. Seems like I'm missing out on good opportunities and everything I want to do for my children. You know what? I was going to touch on that in a whole nother video, but I'm going to touch on that now because I keep getting this. Listen, I don't know if this is the same person or several people. I keep getting this comment. I am a single mother. I'm a single mom. I have no money. I live in an apartment or they live in a mobile home. How do I get started? I don't know how to get started. The first thing you got to start looking at, how are you going to start saving money? Where can you get this money from? Now, I'm talking realistically. I'm not talking all this fantasy stuff. The rest is a wash if you can't start trying to figure out where is your income coming from to make such a move. This is the real part. You know, having faith and dreams is one thing. That's to wake you up to realize, okay, I could be doing better. After that, brass tacks. Where is this money coming from? What am I doing? We have to really start thinking. If you're a single mother, I don't know how many children all the young ladies have, but the single mothers, if you have, let's just say, I'm just going to say one child. I know how much it costs to take care of one child. I got 3. You have to, whatever money you save, you got to give it to the baby first. So you got to calculate that baby on top of your dreams. So you're going to have to work from there. Now, if you have multiple children, you're going to have to do the same thing. You're going to have the African dreaming in the house. You're going to have to take care of them babies first before you can move forward with this dream. They got to eat. They got to eat. And I'm going to say this for my single mothers. Until you can make some kind of headway, like I don't want to say that because people going to take it the wrong way. I'm just going to say maybe just don't have any more children right now while you're so unstable. Because listen, I got 3 children. I know how much it costs to raise them all. It just sets you back a little bit further every time. If you don't have anybody there to help you raise and take care of these children, that just sets you back a little bit further every time. So I'm just going to say, I ain't saying nothing about your love life or nothing, but I'm just talking about just protect yourself. Protect yourself. If you plan on doing this, if you plan on really trying to fix it and make a better life for your children and stuff, it starts right there. You can't just let everybody in the house, because he gonna always be like, hey, let me hold on about $20 out. Man, that's $20 coming out the baby mouth. That's $20 just coming out of your dreams, away from your dreams. Like if you got to keep borrowing money from me, what is you here for? And I hate going down that avenue, but let's be realistic here. Okay. Let me see. You say use those income tax returns and stack. Listen, every now and then the government gives back something. The stimulus checks, I spoke with several people that ended up buying their first homes with their stimulus checks by saving them up, of course. They finally had enough money from the stimulus checks. They wasn't spending that on garbage and big screen TVs. They was putting that aside. So you don't understand. Yeah, your stimulus check might have been $1,500. I know a lot of people they got a way more than that. May have been $1,500. But you don't need much to close on a home and some land. That's the whole thing. That down payment for that home and that land. You just trying to get past that hurdle. And the other thing I can tell the young ladies, the single mothers that was commenting, what is your credit looking like? That's the other thing we need to work on. People like credit is a scam. I heard that again. That talked on that years ago. I pay for everything cash. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but it's a bad business deal. Just like the mob say, nothing personal. It's business. Sorry, Vinny. It's a bad business deal. When you using your own cash, hardcore cash to do it. If you got credit, you can use another man's money to buy your dreams. And rich folks do it all the time. Not even just rich folks, just people that just want to live a more free life and make choices. They use the money from their credit line to purchase big items, flip them. Whatever is left off after they pay their creditor back, that's profit. And they keep stacking that profit until they got enough to just do it on their own and buy out the bar and live for free. It's all a game. And matter of fact, I'm about to show you how this game works. Listen, I'm showing you right now and you don't even know it. I'm showing you right now. Trick Daddy said, you don't need to know it. You don't need to know it. I'm showing you right now in living flesh. You don't even know it. Let me get in here. I'm gonna tell you another one too that I found out a couple years ago. How many people got a debit card? How many people have a debit card? You working on your credit. You've been working on your credit, or you want to start working on your credit. Thank you, Shirley Corbin. Thank you. I just seen that. How many people have a debit card? Raise your hand or say hand. We almost out of here. Okay. Thank you, Shay Baines. Thank you for that. Okay. Everybody that has a debit card, when you use your debit card, stop putting it in there and putting in your code. You know, with a debit card, you have to put in your secret code every time, right? Stop doing that. You put your debit card in there and you run it as credit. You might have to sign your signature. That does two things. Number one, it just counted towards your credit record. Because when you look at your debit card, if you got to put in your secret number, right? Soon as you look at your bank account, as soon as you're done with that, you look at your bank account, it takes it out immediately, correct? When you hit run this as credit and sign your signature, that payment ain't gonna come out for a few days. That's because it's going through the system. It's being counted as credit, good credit. Number two, what was that? Right. That's what I'm saying. Your debit, I use credit cards mostly, but my debit card, I only run it as credit. I don't put my PIN in. I probably have to remember my PIN number after I've been doing it so long. Now, here's another thing. When you go out of town and everything, and say you get robbed, you get scammed or something, and they take it off your debit card and you ran debit, that bank or that institution ain't gonna give you most of that money back. That money is gone. If you ran it as credit or you use a credit card, you can get that money back. I'm telling you how I live right now. I'm telling you how I live, and I'm telling you, if you don't think they don't try to scam me and rob me, please. It happens all the time. But if I just keep doing my due diligence and just take a few extra seconds to sign my signature instead of hitting in my code, do it the right way. If you're going to use your debit card, always run it as credit. Don't use it as debit. And if you're in an institution where they say we only take debit, we don't take credit cards, give them cash, go get some cash. Don't do it. Because I'm telling you, stick a debit card in one of those machines, I shake and wiggle every one of those credit card machines before I touch it, because all these scammers is putting fake card readers on top of a reader. You will put it in there without even thinking. Put your PIN number in. Now, when you put your PIN number in, they got your PIN number, and they take all of your money out your bank account. You just gave them access to your bank account and your code. So, just saying, start working on your credit right out the gate. First thing people going to be looking for is credit cards with no annual fee. If you got bad credit, that may not exist. That may not happen for you. There's nothing wrong if somebody is actually extending credit to you. Now you building your credit portfolio to end up purchasing a home, purchasing land. So you have to pay somebody for even extending credit to you. It's going to be steep. Yes, it's ugly. But if they saying, hey, you know, you owe $50, let's just say a year on this card automatically for maintenance fees, even though you don't buy nothing, we're going to extend you $250 credit line. And as soon as you get the card, you're going to be like, oh, I got a $250 credit line limit. Uh-oh. It said, where did $50 come from? Because they took their maintenance fee out immediately. So you already in debt as soon as you get the card. Pay it off. Let that thing simmer until you get the statement. Pay the whole thing off. You keep doing that, after a while, other credit card companies want your credit. Get at about 6 months, 90 days. Other credit card companies going to be like, give them a little bit more money. Extend $500 to them. Give them $1,000 credit limit. Now you still paying that annual fee. But now other credit card companies, now you got MasterCard, Visa, the ones without the annual fee. Okay, okay. You turn around and you apply for one of those because your credit score done went up in that 6 months. Okay. Now you ain't got no annual fee. Get rid of that one with the annual fee. Get rid of him. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, Ruth Tankson. Thank you for that. Thank you, Donna Divine Preference. Thank you, say, great way to start a Thursday blessing. Thank you for that, everybody. Thank you. I'm telling you how I fixed my credit. This was almost 30 years ago. I was bankrupt almost 30 years ago. How did I get here? Man, I know how to play the game. I'm telling you, instead of me, I had to start talking to my father. My father was a good businessman. He was an engineer. And once he started, put like this, he been telling me the game my whole life, but I finally started listening. This is a big game. And ever since from talking to my dad, I knew, man, this is just a big game. I get it now. It's no different than shooting dice. It's a strategy to this. Sometimes you got to know who you playing. If you playing cards and you know how to count these cards, you know what's in the deck. You also got to know who's at the table with you, who you playing with. Because sometimes you can have a mean hand, but who you playing with? Because you may win this hand, but you might get shot in the forehead. You know what I'm saying? That's this world. You got to learn how to play these games, and everything is about that money. I don't care what you think. If you want to make it out here in this world, all they care about is the money. They don't care about your spirituality. They don't care about your love for your family and your wife. They don't care about how you raise your child. They don't care if you're a good dad, a good mom. They want to, where's the money? Like Cuba Gooding said, show me the money. That's all this world care about. So you got to play the game on the side with them. Thank you, you guys, for those wonderful super chats. I appreciate it. Lynette Lewis says, I review, change up my credit cards and insurance every year if I need to save money. There you go. There you go. Let me see. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to get into the financial talk about this, but all of this it goes hand in hand. I do have people here in the Greenhouse Lounge that specialize in finances. I got one friend, her name is Miss Finance. She literally, this is what she does on her channel. And if you're trying to get over these hurdles, she can help you too. I'm going by what I've done in my life and how I got here. I know how it works. I'm not going to say their name, but I know somebody credit was, listen to me, had corn in it, if you know what I'm saying. Their credit had corn in it and flies humming around it. It was so bad. You understand what I'm saying? If you stepped in their credit, you have to throw them shoes away. Just throw them away. That's how bad. They listened to me word for word. And I wish she was in here right now. Listen to me word for word, did exactly what I said. You went from a woman that has never in her entire life owned a home. She's been renting her whole life, and she ain't too much younger than I am. Okay, so that's a long time. She did what I told her to do, step by step by step. Don't do nothing different than what I tell you to do. Guess what? How many bedrooms she got? 4 bedroom, tray ceilings everywhere, 2-story ceilings, piece of land, all of this. You know why? Because she worked on that credit, did everything I told her to do for 2 years. For 2 years, and ended up having a credit score better than mine. Better than mine. I was at her closing. I was at her closing. That's how proud I was. A woman doing exactly what I said because I know it worked or I wouldn't have none of this. I wouldn't tell nobody something that don't work and I don't know because that's just going to come back and bite me in the boo-boo later. Like, dude, you was lying. Why would I do that? Telling you what works. Okay, I'm gonna leave y'all alone because I'll be chopping it up all morning. But I wanted to come in here and drop that. But again, for the people that said land and home ownership is stupid, hey Gigi's Natural, how you doing? Thank you, Gigi's Natural. Say it absolutely works. And the only people that say this stuff does not work, you have never done it in your life, or you talking to the wrong people. You're around the wrong folks. It's that simple. Hey, make this go viral. I was in your chat the other day and I caught it right at the tail end. I was listening to you while I was driving. When I got in the house, you had just ended it. Faith says credit goes up when you show credit bureau that you can handle credit. They don't care if you don't have credit. They want to see it. That's right. They want to see a record of it. And honestly, I wouldn't say I want to buy this truck. This truck is $12,000. I want to buy it cash. I would not do that. I wouldn't do it. What I would do, I got $12,000, put that in an account just for that truck. Just for that truck. And right before those doggone the interest payments, let me get it right. The interest payments on the truck, right before that start kicking in, pay it off. Make a year worth of payments. And make sure, make sure you don't get the kind of loan where my terminology is off on this. Make sure when you purchase a vehicle or something like that, make sure it's not one of those loans where they say, we don't care if you pay it off today or pay it off in 5 years, you owe this no matter what. If you make sure that loan, somebody tell me what that's called because I can't think of the name of it right now. What's the name of that when you say, okay, if I say I want to pay it off in a week, how much is it going to be? Oh, if you pay it off in a week, it's going to be $12,000. All right, what if I pay it off in that 5 years? It's going to probably be around $19,000, $20,000, $22,000. What? Interest rate, taxes, all that. That's how that works. Don't get stuck in that one like you owe $25,000 on a $12,000 truck. No matter when you pay it, it's a bad deal, bad business deal. Bad business deal. Put money aside to pay that mug off. That's going to build your credit record. You're trying to build your portfolio, your credit portfolio, to show people, look, I can pay you back. It's no different than me and you. Like, come on, man, you know I'm good for it. You know, raise your hand again before I go. Raise your hand again if you got that family member. Be like, come on, bro, I'm good for it. Man, I'm going to give you your $5 back. Like, man, you ain't gave me the $5 back that you owe me from 2 weeks ago. I'm going to give you that too, but I need this $5. Man, if you give me this $5, I'll give you the whole 10. We got family members and friends with bad credit. It's no different with the world. It's no different than your cousin Ray. Ain't no different with the world. They look at you like, I can't trust you, bro. I can't risk it. I can't risk it on you. I'm sorry. I love you. I love you. We cool, but I ain't giving you no money. I ain't giving you no more money, Ray. I love you, man. All over because I ain't pay you no funky ass $5. How did it turn funky, y'all? You see what I'm saying? It's funky now because I ain't giving you another funky $5. You ain't getting it out of me, Ray. I don't care if you don't flip grandma table over. Yeah, I don't care. So yeah, that's what it is. Any questions? I have 5 breath mints in my pocket. I wouldn't give Ray. I wouldn't give you 5 breath mints. Shit. I don't. No, I ain't even gonna give you 5. Yeah, I ain't on the black hand side either. Can't get nothing from me, Ray. All right. Prepayment penalty illegal in 28 states. That's what I was talking about, Rich Mountains. Is that what it's called? Prepayment penalties? That prepayment penalties, I think that one big red bank got in a lot of trouble for that. That one big red bank, I'm gonna call them Wishing Wells, Farfignugan. You know what bank I'm talking about. They got in trouble for that. That was just one of the problems they had. Make this go viral. Said, Led, I want to do a video showing your old hood. Is that okay? Yeah, go for it. I ain't got no problem with that. But because all of this, somebody just said ZE, it's JT Hustle will help you. Oh, got you. And that just reminded me of something. This whole financial world, how we move, it's a hustle. If you know how to hustle in the street, which most people do, and a lot of low income people do, you know how to hustle. You know how to get money. I ain't talking about slanging that stuff. I'm talking about you know how to get money. You know what you got to do for it. This world ain't no different. You got to know how to play the game. You got to know what you're selling. You got to know who's buying it. It's that simple. All right, that's it, you guys. And I was really waiting on the people that was in denial. I got a couple of them, but I was talking so much, I missed out on them. I really wanted to be like, come on, talk to me about it, But yeah, we'll figure it out. But family, anybody that don't know, I'm telling you right now, land ownership, home ownership, and fixing your credit, you move through this world easier like that. Here's the other thing too, and you stay alive because you can live that by street code, but you always taking your life in your hand when you borrowing money from the streets. You do it anyway. That's why I don't even understand why people be coming at me crazy and sideways. You do the same stuff with the street folks. Only difference is these folks, you don't pay them back, they probably lock you up. Okay. Ruin your credit, ruin your life. But if you don't pay Willie and them back, they gonna find you in the trunk of an old Buick. You see what I'm saying? You do the same stuff. It's just a street version of it. Here, you can at least go to court and say, look, I'm gonna make promises. I pay $20 every month, every paycheck. You can plead to them. Willie ain't trying to hear you about his money. You're like, Will, come on, man. Listen, you know I'm good for it. No, man. You said that last time, dog. You said that last time. What did I tell you I was going to do if you didn't have my money? Somebody hold my glasses. Come on, Will, put your glasses back on. No. What did I tell you I was going to do if you didn't have? Hey, hold my glasses. What did I tell you I was going to do to you? If you ain't have my money by Wednesday, didn't I tell you? Will, come on, baby boy. We like brothers. I know that's why I got spanked that ass. You know what? I don't feel like getting dirty. I got on my good shirt. Take him out. Take him outer doors. That's how that work in the streets. You ain't gonna beg Willie for nothing. Will is going to remove you from this planet. Make your peace with the Father on your way to the alley. Telling you. Because it's a wrap. It's a wrap. We do, and that's what the part I don't get. What y'all doing with old 67 deuce and a quarter back here with the big trunk? Man, no, man, it's 2023. Who keeps old Buicks? That's a coffin. that's not a Buick anymore. Ain't no rims on it, none of that. It ain't no vintage piece. It's just an old Buick, and it look like it's on it, and it's on the back of a tow truck, on a flatbed tow truck. You know where that goes. Get in. This Buick ain't got no wheels on it, man. Get in. It ain't even got no keys to it. Get in. Get in, man. You heard Willie, man. It ain't nothing personal. It's business. You can keep playing those street games if you want to, or you can start trying to figure out, listen, man, I think I want to start dealing with people that won't kill me for being late on the payment. Okay? You know, Will ain't playing with you, man. All of us know people like that. All of us, some of us even lived it. We know. Some people ain't playing about their money, man. They will let your teeth out for some fresh air about $10, $20. Get to the club and pay him his $20. You every time you say anything with the letter S in the front of it, you gonna whistle. Say Sunshine City. It's gonna because all that's gonna be missing. People don't play about their money no more, especially now. So the best thing I can advise you to do is get yourself a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more stable to move through this earth, this world. Here, I didn't want to do this, but I'm gonna say one other thing. Some people I have listened to and they said, well, I'm waiting for the prices and the market to go back down. Are we still waiting on that $1.25 gas too? We all still waiting on, listen, how long can you wait for gas to go back down to $1.25 before you have to go to work? You got to get back and forth to work, got to get the kids from school, got to pick up groceries. You can't wait for gas to go back down to $1.25. You got to go get some gas. If you keep waiting on the market to go back down to what we define as normal or the good old days for some freaking reason, you may be in for a long wait. The prices just may keep going up. Everybody been waiting on prepping and all their prepping gear and buying land and everything else, and they waiting on the prices to go back down. Can somebody tell me? Look at eggs. Look at eggs. What I was been telling people for years, man, y'all better get y'all some chicken. For years, since I've been on YouTube, chickens. I've had chickens the whole time I've been on YouTube, telling people you need some chickens. And I was called dumb, and I done, city boy done turned into a farmer. Now look. People doing something strange for a little piece of change for some eggs. You know, you seen old dog, man, I got these cheeseburgers, man. Come on, man, hook me up, man. What, you better get away from me for eggs. Come on, old dog. I scramble your eggs, man. What you say to me? I don't know if y'all seen that. Some of y'all ain't seen that movie. What you say to me? Ra-ta-ta-ta. I got these cheeseburgers, baby. Come on, you know I'm good for it. For eggs. Eggs. Old dog. Who know about old dog? Oh, baby boy, come on. I got these cheese. He had that bag. I got these cheeseburgers, baby. Look, they fresh too, man. I just got them boys, man. Come on, man. I'm good for some eggs. That's how we living right now for eggs. Listen, I got some breakfast stuff in the refrigerator, and I keep saying, because I'm just now starting to get eggs back because I figured out a solution. But man, I got breakfast stuff in there. It's useless without a side of eggs on it. You gonna eat some ham, no eggs. Ham, no eggs. Bacon, no eggs. Toast, no eggs. You like that boiled egg? That ain't happening. Man, and everybody waiting for prices to go back down on everything. Cut it out. You better start taking your initiative and start making this world work for you instead of working for it. And I'm literally showing you right now, and you don't even know it. Word up to Trick Daddy. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to all my moderators. Thank you to all of the super chats. Everybody out, trust me. Thank you, because I'm gonna be honest with you. You have no idea where those super chats are going, and I'm going to show you very soon. Very soon. So thank you for that. Lead Farmer 73. Everybody, please keep your head up. I know stuff is looking crazy out there. The world is insane. The world is off the chain right now. But we can't give in. We just got to learn how to play the game. That's it. Oh, it's a big game. We got, don't you even see every time something weird happens, every time we get something real hardcore that can affect our health, our mental, our finances, gas prices, we get something stupid pops up that distracts us, like balloons floating in the air. Balloons. Now the whole world is talking about aliens. Stop talking about that dude down in Florida changing laws. They stopped talking. We don't want that history being taught. We stop talking about him. We talk about balloons. What? This world is in a bad spot, and this the only way to take your power back. You got to start being a producer. You have to start being a producer and not a consumer. That's the only way. That's the only way. I'm gonna go ahead and let the cat out the bag. I hope that's not a bad saying. We'll find out in 10 to 20 years. Guess how I start getting my chickens to lay eggs? I don't let them out much out here because I got eagles and hawks out here. So I've been keeping them cooped up. So the feed, something is wrong with the feed. The color is off. The color used to be like a sandy grain brown. And I've got it several different brands. I got the Do More and I got the Purina. It don't matter. All of it's the same color. It went from that sandy golden brown of your feed to now it's like orange. Anybody notice that with chicken? Now your chicken feed is orange. And the pellets is bigger and fatter and looser. As soon as they touch one drop of water, they fall apart. Has anybody ever seen it in your feed? I just stopped feeding them that crap because I don't know what's in that anymore. If this is screwing you up where you can't produce, if it's screwing the chickens up where, listen, let's get something straight here. Chickens, eggs are the chicken's children. The eggs are the chicken's offspring. You get where I'm going with this? The eggs are the chicken's offsprings. If that is fertilized by a rooster, that will become a chick, which will become a chicken. If they're putting things or the feed or something is off to the point They're making it where the chickens can't have offspring. What do you think it's doing to us? Come on now. Everybody was talking about the Band-Aid. Oh, the big conspiracy. What did I tell y'all? I said they ain't got to go through all that. They just put it in your food. They don't have to spend billions of dollars for that. They'll just put it in your food because nobody will stop eating Chick-fil-A. Ain't nobody stop eating McDonald's. Ain't nobody stop going to Walmart. Ain't nobody trying to grow their own, eat their own, package their own, store their own. You rather go to Walmart, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, and eat some food that you don't know where the hell it came from, but you don't want the Band-Aid. So ain't nothing wrong with that, but let's get smart about it. Huh? So I'm going to give you my straight up way. I wanted to try something. A 50-pound bag of feed now costs $20, right? A 50-pound bag. I'm going to say a third of that gets wasted because they scratch it out the cage and scratch it out. The possums and raccoons end up eating. So let's just say about a 30-pound bag of feed. 30-pound bag of feed, $20. You know what you can get? Almost that much. If you go and get yourself some pinto beans, soak them boys or cook them, and put them in there, they get full real fast. You'll go in there, of course you ain't putting as many pinto beans, cooked pinto beans in there, because you ain't got that many. Look how many still be left. They don't got them. I got 20 birds. They don't be eating it all because they get full. Now here's another one. Go to your local fish market where they throw their fish out that ain't no good no more, your meat market. Put it out there. I go fishing in my creek and see all these dead animals after these storms, throw it in the doggone cage. One of these squirrels, I told you I always used to put see some busted squirrels in the street, scoop them up, put them in a 5-gallon bucket. And I used to put them under my trees. Right now, they go to them chickens. I'm getting eggs. It went from off to on. Real food, real natural food. Whatever is wrong with that feed, I'm not going to get into it. But all I know is if it can stop a chicken from producing an egg, what do you think it can do to a human being? I'm not going down conspiracy theory alley. I'm just going to peek around the dumpster though, okay? I'm not going to go down conspiracy theory alley. I'm just going to peek around the dumpster. And then I'm going to leave abruptly. They keep talking about population control. That's all I'm going to say. Everybody have a wonderful day. I love you. I'm not going to touch no more on that because I don't want all the weirdos to start coming here. All I'm going to say is they was talking about population control. You can make a chicken not lay an egg. That's all I can say. Everybody have a wonderful day. I love you. Live from 73. Enjoy your day. Hope to see you later. We're going to talk about drones. I know I keep saying that, but we're really going to do it. I love you, and I'm out. Enjoy your day. Peace. Chicken eggs. Huh? Make a lot of sense, don't it? Make a lot of sense.